Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome as well. My name is Cassandra and I'm currently making videos on my acne journey and how I'm overcoming that mentally and physically. So if you're interested, then definitely subscribe down below, hit that bell notification so you won't miss a video from me. It's gonna help me a lot. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Today's video is going to be about what my endocrinologist has to say about Accutane side effects. I pre-recorded this because I visited my endocrinologist a couple weeks ago, so I'm just kind of making an introduction so you can understand what is going on. So if you've been following along on my acne journey and my Accutane journey, then you'll know that I wanted to seek out for an endocrinologist. I wanted to find out more about Accutane itself rather than just going in and diving into it without knowing anything about it. So I also wanted to create these videos for you guys, for anybody out there who's a little apprehensive about it. I want you guys to learn from me, and that's why I'm opening up and sharing with this for whoever is interested and whoever is researching it as well. I think I've known about Accutane maybe a good decade already, but it wasn't until recently, maybe like for the past 3 or 4 years, where I actually started researching and wanted to take it a little more seriously. My acne has always, it came and went, and I really wanted to go on Accutane to just kind of end my problem, but I know through a lot of research that it is a really intense drug, and it is not 100%. I know that. I'm well aware that it will, my acne possibly will come back, but I know for sure that it won't be as bad as this. My main reason of going on Accutane is to treat my oily skin. Oh my god, my face is hella shiny. Ew. Look at me, so cute. Accutane permanently shrinks your oil glands so you don't overproduce oil, which will make acne. So that's why I want to go on it, but I was told I can't be on Accutane unless I have acne. So all the times that I didn't have acne and it went away from whatever treatment I used, that's not Accutane. I wanted to go on Accutane just for my oily skin. My doctor said no, you have to have acne. So I'm just kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone right now. My acne came back and I want to go on Accutane. That is my personal reason why I want to go on Accutane. I was apprehensive for the longest time because of the side effects. I am well aware of the temporary side effects, and I'm calling that temporary because those side effects are prevalent only for the duration of the treatment. So we're talking dry lips, dry skin in general. You can't be exposed to the sun because you'll get really bad sunburns. The drug makes your skin really sensitive to sunlight, so you pretty much have to live like a vampire for the next 6 months. Achy joints, achy muscles, all that stuff. That is the temporary, but I was a little more concerned about the permanent. I've been posting these videos about my Accutane journey, and I know I was gonna get a lot of feedback from people saying to not go on it, to oppose to the idea, because of how serious this is. And we're talking serious because there are people that after they went through the treatment saw really permanent side effects, and I'm calling those permanent because they will probably never go away. And Those include IBS, IBD, Crohn's disease, nerve pain. Apparently this drug also ages you and makes your skin more susceptible to wrinkles. That is what I was told by all these people. Sorry, the plane. That is what I was told by the people that are against it. So I've known for the longest time that there are people I know that went on the drug and don't have those permanent side effects and are totally fine. And they're in their 50s, they're older, so they took their Accutane treatment when they were in their 20s or in their adolescence, and they're 50 and they're okay. And then there are people that were commenting on my videos saying that I suffer from these long-term side effects. So I always wondered why it was just like a 50-50. Why are there some people that are okay and why are there some people that are not okay? Probably wondering why I decided to seek an endocrinologist. Why endocrinology? A lot of people don't even understand the term. So the reason why I seeked out for an endocrinologist was because I was doing my research. I was curious as to why there's 50-50 between people who have the side effects, permanent side effects, and the people that don't have the permanent side effects after Accutane. So I did my research, I came across this video, I'll link that down below, of this guy talking about why that is, and he was saying that it all depends on how your body metabolizes the drug. That is his theory. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but I wanted to kind of test that. He suggested to seek an endocrinologist, and I looked one up here where I live. Sorry to interrupt. This is editing Cassie, or editing Cassandra, sorry. People call me Cassie too. I'm filming this on a different day. Clearly I'm eating breakfast. So it's a different day, different clothes, but I wanted to come on here and tell you because I realized that I didn't explain what endocrinology is. Endocrinology is a study of hormones, and an endocrinologist is a hormone doctor. He specializes in human hormones, and the reason why I wanted to see an endocrinologist is because the guy in the video claimed that the Accutane messes with your hormones, and I wanted to see whether this endocrinologist can run through my blood labs and check everything to see if whatever is in my body will be affected by this drug, or it will mess something up. That was my theory. I thought that he could do that. I also wanted a professional opinion, and like I said, I do want to share everything with you guys, whoever is interested in this kind of topic. I also made a video, I'll link that down below, of me just talking to my dermatologist, and I wanted to kind of poke at her brain and see if she knows anything about the long-term side effects. So right before we roll a clip, I just wanted to show you what my skin is looking like right now, because I know there are people watching my videos who will say, oh, your acne is not that bad. Oh, you don't really have acne. Honey, I do have acne, and you don't know how much of a living struggle this is every day. But I'm going to show you up close what it looks like now. I have a lot of scarring. I have a pimple right here, but all this redness is from my acne just going away, but not completely. So anytime like my skin just forms a bump from my acne, it'll be red, and then when it goes away, it just leaves a red mark. And these are just broken capillaries of like pus and oil just like pushing out of my skin and creating really red tender bumps that just, like, the aftermath sucks too. But I have a pimple right here, and my back acne is terrible, but I'm just like too lazy to show you what my back looks like. But I also have it on my arms. The most prevalent right in your face acne is basically my face, but yep, I still have acne. Just waiting for Accutane.
So, let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
How old are you?
23.
23. And smoke cigarettes?
Nope.
Drink alcohol?
No.
Married, single, widowed, divorced?
Single?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should be single.
No, but he said it fast, so I was like,
Married, single, widowed, divorced? It's like one of those commercials where they tell all the side effects of the drug at the end.
You're young, you should be quicker than us,
Not the case.
Well, unless you've got a like a husband that you don't want to tell us about.
Oh.
Oh, mom's in the room, so I guess.
I think you'd be upset if I didn't wear a ring.
Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Yeah.
Are you a student? Are you working?
I'm working.
Where do you work at?
Costco.
Oh, okay.
It's my name tag.
There you There you go. So it's a real name. I always thought they used fake names.
No, it's
So you
real.
couldn't follow people out in the parking lot and abuse them. And, well, so I gotta ask. Have you ever been pregnant?
No.
Okay, so no kids?
No.
You'd know, right?
No,
Are your
no.
periods regular?
They're irregular.
Have they been irregular since puberty?
Yes.
And how old were you when you went through puberty?
12.
12. Always. All right. And did you use any birth control pills?
I did last year and then I stopped because it gave me like a, what's it called, like a lump in my breast and I got really scared, but later to find out it was benign, so, but I was scared.
Okay.
It caused me like really bad breast pain, so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to take birth control pills anymore.
Okay. There's other methods anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right?
But I thought that would be good for my acne, but it didn't help, so I just.
It's a hit and miss on that sucker.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. There's some low androgen progesterones that are out there, but yeah, no, not so much. You can't rely on birth control pills as a way to fix that.
Mm.
All right. So now the acne thing. How long has that been going on? Since puberty, also?
Oh, actually, since I was 9.
Forever.
Oh, really?
More than half my life already. So maybe I started puberty when I was 9. I don't know.
Well, there's something called there's puberty. Okay.
Okay.
Since you asked, you didn't, but it's okay.
No, I love the education.
So.
And I tell people I'm going to see an endocrinologist, and they're like, "What is that?" Like, nobody remembers the endocrine system
Oh my
except
God,
for
no.
me.
My mom doesn't even know what I do.
I was really good at biology.
And when she goes to menopause, you say, "Oh, Mom, you got this." And what are you talking about?
So puberty, or the Greek is pubarchy, it consists of 3 different things, and this is the first thing to happen. Your adrenal glands wake up and make a hormone called DHEA around the age of 8 or 9, and this is a male-like hormone, so not a question. That could exactly what happened, but it wouldn't be puberty yet. This is just the beginning of it. This is breast development, and this is menses.
Okay.
So then this is what most people consider puberty, even though this is kind of the order that things happen. 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, that's very interesting that you tell me that it didn't occur after menses. Okay, and it occurred probably around here. Now, have you seen dermatologists and stuff?
Oh, countless times.
Countless times.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, maybe I ate a lot of peppers when you were a kid.
I mean, nobody in my family really has acne so much. Like.
Oh, so you have eczema too?
Yeah, I had eczema when I was younger, and then that went away.
Did you grow out of that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
grew out of it, and then just acne stayed. So.
I mean, real bad though. I see pus in her face, and
It's horrible.
and I think this climate is made it worse or something.
Quite possible. The tropics and acne don't go together. It's just more, you generate more sweat, more oils, and more
Yeah.
clogging of
May
stuff.
I ask? So the hormones is what makes your like oil glands increase. Is that what it does, or?
Well, if you got too many of the hormones, you get your oil glands normal, but it might make them too much. I mean, you gotta have oil glands. Everybody got oil glands. If you don't have oil glands, your skin is extremely dry, and people have that problem too. Right. But the hormones is kind of what influences, and there's a genetic part to it. Some people just have more, and some people have too many of the hormones that are making it more.
I think my dad is just oily, so I think that's what it
What's
causes
his
me to
ethnic
oily.
background?
Because I'm sorry?
What's his ethnic background?
My dad's German. But yeah, he has like more of an oily scalp, and I just know that like I know it's not right, but I wash my hair every day because it gets greasy after like 2 days. Anyway, going back to Accutane, the reason why I want to go on it now is because I realized since I'm really oily, there's no other acne medication that can fix the oiliness except for Accutane that permanently shrinks your oil glands, right?
Well, it's very good at doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, the retin-A compounds do that also.
That didn't really help me though.
No?
And I'm still
Well,
using
it's a starting point. They have to start with the retin-A.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, then they usually move on to the Accutane. The Accutane has a few issues. One of which is they got to monitor your liver tests. You cannot get pregnant on this sucker. In other words, no one's going to give it to you until they put you on birth control pills or some form of birth control, like an implant or something. Something they know is going to work.
Or that's like their peace of mind.
Well, their lawsuit.
Right. Well, that is peace of mind. Nobody wants to get sued.
Right? Because you get pregnant, all you say, "Oh, I didn't know," and then your baby's deformed, and then they're left with a $100 million lawsuit. So they definitely want you to be on birth control, whatever it takes. I mean, they can also be regular birth control pills if they think you're mature enough as a person. But they also got 14-year-old girls who are clearly not very mature.
Right.
So,
which is why I wish I started this years ago.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so you got to get monitored for your liver. You got to be on birth control. You got to be followed a lot more than any other drug, because it's effective but risky.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So,
although most people don't have anything wrong because they figured out how to decrease the risk by checking you a lot.
So my question is, will you be able to monitor me? The whole reason why I seeked out for an endocrinologist, and thank God you're the only one on this island, but the whole reason is because I looked up a YouTube video because so many people are telling me that like to not go on it because it affected them, like there's long-term side effects, and then there are people that weren't affected at all after it and they just have nice skin. But and I was just like, why is there like 50-50 thing, and so I looked it up, and this guy said that you should seek an endocrinologist because the reason why it affects people is because it all depends on how your body metabolizes a drug or the medication.
No.
So no.
It's just like it with anything, whether it be penicillin or thyroid medication. Some people get side effects and some people don't. There's no rhyme or reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to tell whether I will be affected now?
In advance? No.
Yeah, no?
We gotta try it.
Oh.
So the key is that when you try the drug, that you have close follow-up. If somebody put you on a retin-A cream and never saw you again, no big deal.
Right.
But you just have to see them pretty much monthly, for follow-up and also get blood tests. But if it's done that way, then it's much safer. I mean, the drug's given a lot.
Right.
It's just not given to irresponsible kids, and it's not given to people who already have liver issues, or irresponsible parents, for the kids that aren't being brought in by the parents because both of them are working, whatever the issue is. It all has to work out. If it does, then it's kind of okay.
Okay.
See, like, I've mentioned about the liver issues, because I was born, and I get infected with because my mom was a carrier.
Right.
So I was with a Hep B.
So that means she can't take Accutane if she has a liver problem?
If she has a liver problem, but so there's a difference between a carrier and somebody who's infected and having issues. So sometimes it just lives. Hepatitis B rewrites itself into your DNA. Like an alien. And so it can stay into your DNA, but not necessarily cause a problem.
Okay.
Now, because in terms of liver inflammation, hepatitis, right? That's hepatitis B, right? So, but hepatitis B, the virus, can write itself in DNA and can cause a cancer like 20 years down the road without ever having your liver be inflamed. It's the inflamed liver that we don't want to give Accutane to.
Oh, okay.
So if the liver's not inflamed, we're okay.
Right.
Just because it's got hepatitis B in it means there's the potential for inflammation.
Still can live like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
I'm on medication, so. I'm
right, oh yeah,
doing-
they got a great medication for that now. So
Yeah.
that's not an issue. In fact,
With
that's,
Cassandra, she
good.
doesn't. She had the shot when she came out shot, and then in 2011 we tested her. They're supposed to give her the series, and then 9 months later to check on her.
right.
And I guess the pediatrician didn't do that. So in 2011, I have her pediatrician do the test, and
Right.
she doesn't have the antibody, so she get a boost.
Gotcha.
So she's good.
Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do a bunch of blood tests.
Cool.
They're done fasting. They're done at 8 o'clock in the morning. And since nowadays you're going to get an appointment with clinical labs online, do you know how to do that?
Yeah, that's what she's been doing
Good.
with the dermatologist.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you get
making
your appointments
appointments.
online, yeah.
Right.
And that's important because like tomorrow's appointment might be gone because it's 8 o'clock. A lot of people want to do that. So whenever that next 8 o'clock is open, that may not be this week, maybe not be next week, who knows, but it has to be 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then fasting 10 p.m. the night before, nothing except water. And drink lots of water in the morning of the blood test because it take lots of blood. And if you're dehydrated when you show up, then it's harder to find your veins and it alters some of the blood tests.
Okay.
So while we say no food, no juices, we don't mean no water.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
When they say that, I was like, I want to have to take these liver pills, okay? So I'm gonna have to make a sip, whether you like it or not.
Wait, so you're doing this just to check, like, all my hormones, my vitals, if I'm okay in order to take the drug, or what?
Yeah, so it's kind of separate. The acne warrants the Accutane in and of itself. But wouldn't it be nice if there was a reason that this was happening?
Oh.
More than just puberty and genes, right? Can't fix.
Could be what I'm eating, or
No, probably not. But it could be a disease, an endocrine disease of making too many male hormones. That's what I'm looking for. It's not that common. What's much more common is just run-of-the-mill acne that's bad
right.
in this age group. Is like, God, candy. I mean, if we had an acne clinic, right, it'd be full of people between the ages of 13 and 23.
I know this is maybe a personal and weird question, but it's not personal for me. But if I have a lot of testosterone, is that why my breasts didn't develop so much?
That would be an explanation right there and then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it would too much of it. Well, so the general class of compounds that testosterone and DHEA are in is called androgens, male hormones. And if you had any one of the three male hormones in excess, it could explain the acne and the smaller breasts, not a question. And the irregular periods.
Oh, yeah. I hated having irregular periods.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a girl
And you know, with
frustration.
me, when you tested last time, I had below the normal.
Wait, are you past the menopause?
I don't know. I
How
have
old are you?
I'm 52 and
Yeah,
I'm irregular all my life too.
Yeah.
Right, but the average age of menopause in America is 51 plus or minus 5 years, so you're in that window. And what happens is when your ovaries stop making estrogen, they also stop making testosterone, so that really decreases it quite a bit.
But what if that I start my puberty at 17? I mean, I have my period at 17.
Right.
So shouldn't it be delayed?
Nope.
Still
in that. But I mean, it could be. I mean, if 12 is normal and you're 5 years out, if 51 is normal, 56 is still normal. So yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a fun question?
Sure.
Is it true that soy, like men can't eat any soy products? Does it mess with their testosterone, or is that just a myth?
It's a complete myth, and here's the idea behind it.
Okay.
Soy contains something called isoflavones. And isoflavones are chemicals that are chemically related to the cholesterol structure of estrogen. So a lot of people think that if you take a ton of soy, it has a ton of these isoflavones, that it'll be estrogen-like, which will mess with their testosterone, right? Because they're trying to be men, not women.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons a lot of people say that if you've got breast cancer, you shouldn't eat a lot of soy, because it might be like estrogen and therefore make your breast cancer worse. But it's just not true.
It's just made like the estrogen, but it's not estrogen.
Right, exactly. It looks chemically similar, and the theory was that it was similar enough to fit into the estrogen receptor on cells, but it turned out not to be true.